Millenium Stadium, the 150th game in the Six Nations. The Welsh team sees a return for David Jones. He comes in to replace Andy Powell, who has failed the fitness test. Ryan Jones, the captain, moves across to number 8. Behind the scrum, Gavin Henson and Tom Shanklin form the midfield partnership. Will it be able to release the record try scorer, Shane Williams? Ireland up front, Jerry Flannery restored at hooker after the Scotland game. Jamie Heaslip back at number 8. Gordon Darcy into the centre with Brian O'Driscoll. Outstanding this season. Tommy Bowe on the right wing, 14. And onto the subs bench for Wales comes Jonathan Thomas, wearing 19. Wayne Barnes of England takes charge of this match, which will decide where the RBS Six Nations trophy goes. Captain Brian O'Driscoll.
Okay, time on, please.
Wales, the Grand Slam defending champions. Gavin Henson restored a head-to-head against Brian O'Driscoll. David Wallace, another one of the outstanding performers for Ireland, catches the kick-off. Tomas O'Leary, he's back replacing Peter String at scrum half. Mike Phillips, the Welsh scrum half. O'Leary watches it bounce. O'Driscoll. Big bounce over Ryan Jones's head. Lee Byrne. Wales will keep it in field. Tommy Bowe, an Osprey for the region. Penalty against Ryan Jones, and Donnacha O'Callaghan follows him across, and it's, here we go.
Well, I thought something like this was going to kick off at the start. There's an awful lot of emotion, there's been an awful lot of talk about this game, and you can feel that there's gasoline still in the air from the fireworks display just before kick-off. Something was bound to happen. Let's hope that's it. It's late. Well, there's nothing really there. I think Ronan O'Gara's gone down rather easily, but it's been reacted to by Donnacha O'Callaghan. He needs to calm down because there's no place for that type of emotion.
That could lead to a penalty being reversed if anybody spotted it.
Megan, if you get involved in things that don't belong to you, again, you won't stay on this pitch, you understand? Penalty remains.
Penalty remains against Ryan Jones for the challenge on Ronan O'Gara. Where the ball landed means it is in kicking range. Well, it's a little trip more than anything else, isn't it?
Very little contact there. I think Ronan O'Gara was conscious of what he was doing there. Now, you can always sense within an occasion such as it is that emotions are going to run high. And as I said, let's hope that both sides have got that out of their system now and can just use the time here to calm down. Having said that, it's an important first chance for Ronan O'Gara to find his range. He and the rest of Ireland will want to see this one struck clean, confident, and through the middle.
The game not 2 minutes old. Ireland a chance to take the lead. All square it remains. So we've had a little trip, we've had a flashpoint, we've had a missed kick. We have signs of nervous energy. Tommy Bowe takes the catch, hauled down by Ryan Jones. Bowe presents for the Irish three-quarters. Gordon Darcy, good angle by the number 12. Martin Williams just slowed him up with a little tap tackle. All Ireland, though. That's an excellent tackle on Luke Fitzgerald. Ireland still in possession.
Hands away, 6!
O'Gara, Lee Byrne, and Shane Williams. It's gone forward, has it?
First one, knock on.
Knock on by Wales.
First one.
Well, a good early start for Ireland, and again, as you said, it was a wonderful line by Gordon Darcy, something he hasn't really been able to do this season. But as Keith Wood was saying, and as Jonathan Davis was saying, Ireland, both sides need to play rugby today. It was a very well-placed kick by Ronan O'Gara. Tommy Bowe got himself into the air well, and it's given Ireland another good attacking situation. They'll want to attack off set pieces, especially off scrums.
Colin Jarvis down on the touchline.
Well, I think we're set for a lot of drama today. We've obviously seen from the first few exchanges it's going to be a very heated game, but it's almost like panto. You know, we've got a great atmosphere. Everyone's looking at this as the cup final. It's going to be a fantastic game.
touch. Pause, engage.
That's the flag adjacent to the 22-metre line, and Wales have... No, they haven't. Not turned it over at the scrum, but it was a rum-close thing.
Hands away, red 7.
Ireland drag it back. Jerry Flannery takes it on.
And away, captain, come on side. Arrive up, Ireland. Away, red 3.
Very methodical build-up by Ireland. There's quite an inviting blindside, but there's nobody in it. So Thomas O'Leary looks to the wide-open spaces. Flannery, great tackle on him by Ian Goff. Stephen Jones gets a boot to it. Wales break out. Alan Wynne-Jones with a follow-up tackle. But it was all made by the tackle of Ian Goff. Ball's gone backwards. Ireland somehow are still in possession. Oh, no, they're not. Here come Wales with numbers. Lee Byrne, Tom Shanklin. Ball's gone forward off an Ireland hand. Mark Jones in possession.
Yeah, advantage.
Still advantage being played. Mike Phillips. Stephen Jones, short ball to Matthew Rees on the burst.
4.
Martin Williams has lost the ball. Advantage was over. Now one for Ireland. Ronan O'Gara. Shane Williams has it covered. There's a calm head.
Well, no holds barred in the tackles. Early signs of turnovers and spills on both sides.
Clever work by Wales to win the short 22. Lee Byrne has to sort out an ugly ball for himself. Does so well. Slight hesitation. Huge kick from Gavin Henson. Rob Kearney. Rob Kearney. Stephen Ferris is back on his feet. He was receiving attention. Lee Byrne takes the catch well. It's one of those head-to-heads for the Lions spot. Kearney against Byrne. Penalty to Wales.
Oh, so it's really end-to-end stuff, isn't it? The pace hasn't abated since the kick-off, and Ireland will want this to settle a little bit. They'll want to get their hands on the ball and get possession, get more in control of the game. That was a good follow-up tackle by Thomas O'Leary, but he just gets himself on the wrong side, and Wayne Barnes is setting his stall out early. He's going to ping anything like that line over the ball, not making an effort to get away from the ball.
Oof. Austin.
Well, Eddie, it's been a great start, and Ireland have played a lot more rugby than I thought they would, and they might have just seen this. If you look at this, we've highlighted Phillips. He's right on the outside there. Now, he's a scrum half. He should be sweeping in behind. There's a lot of space there, and I think Ronan O'Gara may see that and try and exploit it later in the half. As a scrum half, you really want him in behind. You can see all the area there that they could move the ball into. Little kick on the floor, a little chip, and Ireland may have an opportunity to score.
It'll be interesting to see how Wales rejig their defence against the kicking game. Actually, Stephen Ferris has now gone off, and Dennis Leamy has come on. So that's an early blow for Ireland. Not that they'll lose any strength with Dennis Leamy coming on.
No, if anything, it's almost a like-for-like exchange, but you'll have to say that Ferris was one of the informed players of the tournament. This is the tackle by Ian Goff. It spilled the ball from Flannery.
Alan Wynne-Jones wins line-out ball. Phillips takes on Ronan O'Gara. O'Gara is down, out of the equation for the moment. Adam Jones, Ryan Jones. They're driving into the early parts of the Ireland midfield. Shane Williams switching wings.
Hands away, both sides.
Not much width to the Welsh attacking three-quarter line. It's lying very flat. They're going to come through the forwards.
Just stay there, back feet.
Who are outside Phillips. Alan Wynne-Jones does well to make a yard or two there. It's there for Phillips. O'Callaghan was flirting with offside there. Ryan Jones. Again, O'Gara the target. Martin Williams, good feet, good hands. David Jones has dropped it. And Ireland escape.
Oh, it's frenetic stuff. Wales really piling on the pressure. Ryan Jones very, very prominent. He's taken pretty wide positions, middle of the park admittedly, but they're really targeting that O'Gara channel. And in fairness, every side that's played against Ireland this last year have talked about targeting that channel, but Wales doing it very effectively in this first 8 minutes or so.
Frantic pace. Marvellous start to this championship decider. Alan Wynne-Jones, fingertips, Phillips gets it to Stephen Jones, Tom Shanklin. Again, O'Gara targeted. O'Gara
hands away now.
Dumped.
It's fine, you're competing for the ball.
Jones, Stephen, Gavin Henson against O'Driscoll. Ian Goff. Now then, interesting here, David Jones outside Stephen Jones. Phillips arrives, has to clear O'Gara out of the way. Oops, from Shane Williams. Well picked up, Gethin Jenkins went forward.
Well, it's good defence from Ireland. They're not really giving Wales much space. Wales really trying to play a lot of rugby in very tight spaces. Their offloading game traditionally has been very, very good, but there really wasn't enough depth there from the Wales. I wouldn't call it the three-quarter line because it was essentially Adam Jones and Alan Wynne-Jones. They need to be a lot deeper and give themselves a little bit more space against this Irish defence.
Just wondering how many times Ronan O'Gara has been dumped on his rear in these opening 10 minutes. Good position for Ireland here.
Early engagement, Wales.
Another scrum leads only to a free kick. It's one of the features of this Six Nations that we haven't had that many scrummaging contests. Paul O'Connell, tackled by Alan Wynne-Jones. O'Connell, as ever, delivers. David Wallace, Ian Goff racing up, but Ireland do well just to slide out of the uprushing defence. O'Leary. Now Ireland are very concentrated around the ball. No width at all beyond this situation here.
Hands away now.
That's as wide as the Irish attacking option gets.
Just stay there then. And away 8.
Tommy Bowe has now come onto this near touchline. O'Connell. Again, Goff flies up with the tackle.
Just hold.
David Wallace, risky pass, turnover for Wales. It's on here, Shanklin. Shane Williams directed him to kick. Rob Kearney covers.
Outside. Retire.
Stephen Jones waits. And escapes the tackle for Kearney. Jones takes the contact of Hayes and Horan. And they turn him over. Shane Williams scurries back. But that's a great position for Ireland. Stephen Jones stripped at the tackle.
Well, it was an initial very uncharacteristic turnover, and David Wallace normally so reliable on the ball. But Marcus Horan working well there to get back on his feet so quickly and make that turnover. And has given Ireland fantastic field position, and a key phase here for Ireland will be defensive lineouts. If they can get a bit of an edge and put the Welsh lineout under pressure, that will make things for an awful lot easier for Ronan O'Gara.
Big throw for Matthew Rees. Ian Goff can't take it. Shane Williams. 5-metre scrum. Good pressure by Ireland at the lineout.
Yeah, great pressure. That's what you want to see. You want to see players coming through that lineout. You don't want to see them standing waiting for somebody else. Ireland look sharp, committed. It doesn't look like the occasion's got to them too much. They're going about their business. Now, they do need to come back out of this with points, though. They need to start building a score.
Touch. Balls. Engage. The ball must come in.
And that's the second time Wales have wheeled that. It's just giving way on Marcus Horan's side, and they're pushing up on John Hayes' side.
The ball must come in. Second. Crouch.
Wayne Barnes wants the quick put in by Tomas O'Leary. Good scrummage by Wales. He's with a pickup. And a good drive. Ireland now just feet short.
No.
Marcus Horan, last to arrive. Still a couple of feet short, Ireland. O'Leary, O'Connell outside him. O'Callaghan is there. O'Gara under the tackle of Gavin Henson. Brian O'Driscoll. Referee's whistle has gone, won't count. Forward pass.
Well,
Luke Fitzgerald can't believe it.
Did Brian O'Driscoll try and just do a little bit too much as it spills over again? It looks like Donegal Callahan in the middle of it again. And Dennis Leamy. Those guys tend to stick together as soon as anything kicks off. No sign that it's the emotions tempered from the kickoff then.
Mark Jones with the tackle. And there is the forward pass.
Yeah, as you can see what he was trying to do. He'd been very effective in drawing Lee Byrne in. He'd eventually taken 2 men out of the game, but just couldn't get the pass away.
Wales
30.
that close to their own line. Referee,
Captain.
after two little spats between the forwards, we'll have a word with the captains.
Gents, every time I look up, I can't have things like that going on behind my back. It'll just make a nonsense. Okay, let's just think about our own discipline, our responsibilities. The forward pass off you, it's a scrum red, okay? Watch back on, please. Make sure it's a push.
If nothing else, it's a breather for the forwards. No score yet.
Channel 1 as well, so remember that ball's out.
But Ireland have spent some time in the Welsh 22. What pressure can they exert now at this scrimmage?
Crouch! Touch! Crouch! Touch! Balance! Crouch! Touch! Balls in!
Solid scrum by Wales. They work the back row move. David Jones coming round. Penalty against Ireland. So that's a well-managed defensive situation by Wales. Solid scrum, penalty earned.
Yeah, very solid scrum. They've been able to just drop to a couple of Irish scrums, but been very solid on their own scrum. And Ireland, and in particular there, Tomás O'Leary will want to stop giving away those silly penalties. He needs to get himself out of there. He needs to make more effort to get out of there. That's just relieving the pressure from Wales.
And Wales will have the throw in here. Ian Goff claims, delivers to Phillips, to Jones. Shanklin straightens. Stephen Jones goes on his own. Oh, great offload. Leeburn ran the angle. Did it come forward off Bird? It did. And Stephen Jones thumps the turf in frustration. But Wales happy to launch themselves from deep through the hand.
Well, I think what you're seeing here is two very competent sides, both in attack and defence. Those are the types of plays that often come off in the last 20 when those legs are a little bit more tired and the defence is just that little bit more stretched. But at the moment, both sides standing up, going toe-to-toe, testing each other, showing ambition, but nobody really getting the edge just yet. Possession in the territory, the possession has been 78% to Ireland, so they've had the lion's share of that, but possession has been much more like parity.
Line 7!
Heaslip and O'Leary. That's miles out. So there's a second mistake in a minute by Tomás O'Leary.
Well, it almost seemed there was a little bit of indecision in there. Heaslip picked it up, and I thought Heaslip was going to move with that. There seemed to be a bit of space there, and maybe O'Leary thought the same. He didn't have a kick in his head.
Wales quite happy to take their time going into the line-out. Ryan Jones, Alan Wynne-Jones can't win it. O'Gara read it well, came up for the overthrow. Now chance here. Dennis Leamy to Jerry Flannery to Jamie Heaslip. Mike Phillips, great tackle by the scrum half.
Oh, I'd like to see Jamie Heaslip cut back as soon as he got that. With a big lad like Mike Phillips coming towards you, he's easily going to be able to take him into touch. Yeah, as soon as he got the ball, Heaslip knew he was going to be tackled into touch. He really needed to take a step inside and maintain the possession that had been so valuably won by Ronan O'Gara. He read that so well.
Alan Wynne-Jones back towards the tail.
15,
David Jones
yeah, okay.
at the front is the target. Phillips.
Down the player, Stewie.
Tommy Bowe to Rob Carney. Well picked up by the fullback. Simple enough for Lee Byrne.
Bring them on.
And are we for the first time in for one of these bouts of kicking? O'Gara back to Byrne. Beautifully taken, Lee Byrne. Shanklin arrived, but Wales still in possession. Chance for Mike Phillips to break. Support is there. Adam Jones, the prop at scrum half. Good pass. Matthew Rees takes it on. Good handoff against Dennis Leamy, and then Ireland pick off the Welsh pass.
No.
Penalty against Adam Jones going in the side. Ireland now feeling the pressure.
Well, many turnovers as there have been already. There's been an awful lot of balls spilled in the tackle, and that really is testament to the quality of the defence on both sides. As Matthew Rees saying, the outside is covered. And it's Marcus Horn on that occasion just managing to bat that out of Rees's hand. Not the best of clearances by Ronan O'Gara, but
you got the line.
Gives him the line out.
Well, what's it like in the studio, Woody?
We're getting slightly more nervy here. to be honest, but it's a great game for two teams setting out to play. Absolutely exciting, having a real cut in every way, shape or form. Perfect finale for the season.
It's refreshing to see both sides prepared to take risks, which means there will be turnovers. No score yet. Brian O'Driscoll booms it into the Welsh 22. Lee Byrne shepherds it over the line.
Well, as Austin was saying earlier on, Ireland have probably played more rugby in this first 20 minutes than they've played in a lot of other games put together. They really are going for it. We're seeing plays and set-piece plays that we haven't seen in the season so far. They'd almost think that Declan Kidney's had a few things up his sleeve, as any good coach will have. And that's what it's going to take to break this Welsh defence.
Ryan Jones, the jumper. Mark Jones sets off in pursuit of Mike Phillips' kick. Luke Fitzgerald to Rob Carney. Stephen Jones. Gethin Jenkins back to offer support.
Taking them back. Just hold.
Tommy Bowe. Off a shoulder, Ryan Jones to Lee Byrne.
Come on side 2, red, please. Wait!
First time the game has settled down into one of these. Now then, Ronan O'Gara, a second kick off the side of his boot. They've been running at him all first quarter, and now he's let 2 kicks slide straight into touch.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I think that's indecision. He was caught in two minds in terms of whether to hit that ball end on the Gary Owen or whether to go for a touch. It was a very narrow angle, but it's something he's well capable of doing, and there wasn't too many defenders back there, and I think he just got caught between 2 stools there.
No, man dropped him.
Ireland pick off. A Welsh throw. O'Gara again, straight down the field. Lee Byrne got away with it.
Inside. Bring them on, please.
And this time goes for touch.
Well, a massive touch as well.
Green, red on the line. Thanks,
So
mate.
valuable to have a
Red the line,
fullback
please.
with that range, but also with a good left boot as well. Gives you so many more options.
One stop, please. Ireland.
John
red.
Hayes, today winning cap number 94, the most capped Irishman of all time. He'll have to go up to have that sorted out. Tom Court of Ulster will come on.
Looks like that's going to need a stitch, so he's off as quick as he can. This is the steal by Paul O'Connell. Just gets in ahead of Alan Wynne-Jones. Now, if Ireland can start to get a little bit of pressure on this Welsh line-out, and he, for me, has been the man of the tournament so far. So much of the work that he does is unseen, but let me tell you, he's the player's player. And he's been the heart and soul of this Irish performance this year.
Stay on the line. Yeah, don't start creeping into it. Watch back on, please.
Paul O'Connell,
please, number 4.
6 tries, 3 of them against Wales. Jerry Flannery to throw. O'Connell the target, beautifully taken, one-handed, transfers to 2. Now it gets a bit untidy for Ireland. Ian Goff follows up with a tackle.
Back feet.
The workhorse of the Welsh pack.
No knock on.
Ian Goff.
Thank you. It's taken in.
If that goes straight out, it'll be the line out back where it was kicked
Play
from.
on. Play on.
Wales play on. Ryan Jones to Lee Byrne.
No, hands out. Through the middle.
Stephen Jones, numbers for Wales now. Matthew Rees, Martin Williams, Mark Jones. Ireland shut down the space very quickly. Stephen Jones, halfbacks at swap places. David Jones on the cutback. Jerry Flannery took advantage of the hesitation. Wales still in control. Henson, good offload by Henson. Ian Goff, Stephen Jones. Wales pour forth now into the Irish 22. And again, release from the ruck is untidy. Ireland scoop up the ball. O'Connell, O'Gara, straight down the field. Mark Jones heads back. Lee Byrne inside him, takes the kick himself. Tomas O'Leary.
Yes.
So, half breaks, big attacks, and then the mistake.
Yeah, well, who'd have thought we'd been 0-0 25 minutes into the game. This is the offload by Henson. This is what both sides will be looking to do. There was a good offload and was well taken by Ian Goff. He's offloaded as well. And eventually Ireland, from this ruck, managed to get the turnover. But 0-0 after 25 minutes, just as much the quality of defence, isn't it? The hits, the turnovers, the spills in the tackle. It's been entertaining stuff, but no side yet able to really get past the other's defence.
Here we go. Paul O'Connell goes up, one hand into two. The old second row has become a very graceful position.
That's slow-mo for you, isn't it? Make anything look graceful.
Ireland pick off. Another Welsh throw.
Now Paul O'Connell starting to read those calls now.
So, Ireland with the advantage at the line-out. O'Gara to Gordon Darcy, wrapped up by Henson. Quick scramble for the ball. That's very good defence by Wales, because they made it impossible for Gordon Darcy to control the presentation.
Yeah, Gavin Henson did very, very well there. He had Gordon Darcy up off the ground. Very, very difficult. He's been double-teamed by Stephen Jones as well. Very difficult then to turn around and protect that ball.
So Wales kick for touch, but their line-out is under pressure.
You're never on your feet.
Yeah, so just get the sense of Paul O'Connell starting to figure out where they're throwing the ball. He's just getting in ahead of Ian Goff on a couple of occasions. As Wales now have decided to cut this in response. 5 men in.
5 in the line-out. Gethin Jenkins at the back. Tom Court leaves the field. We'll have a slight wait while John Hayes comes back on.
Okay now. What's back on?
5 in the line-out for Wales. Adam Jones, Ian Goff, Alan Wynne-Jones, David Jones, and at the back, Gethin Jenkins. They go short. Martin Williams throws it long and well to Lee Byrne, who took it on the bounce, but it did mean there was space out there. Williams again. Gethin Jenkins. Penalty against Wales for not releasing.
Well, again, no side really able to really go through the phases here. The pressure of the opposition defence, either spilling the ball or forcing people to hold on to it on the ground. In that stage, at that time, it was Gethin Jenkins guilty of holding on. It gives Ireland an opportunity to clear the pressure.
Gethin Jenkins, slightly on his own there. 3 green shirts. Dennis Leamy, and the squeeze ball doesn't work. Oh.
Well, Wayne Barnes must have given the penalty before he saw the hand from Dennis Leamy. No, what can Ireland do from here?
O'Connell safely delivers. Clever little chip. Mike Phillips has taken up the covering role. He's in trouble though now.
No hands! Back fake! Move, fella, move!
Ryan Jones watches
Hands
very
away!
carefully. Wales. That's
Back
their
feet
goal
now,
line.
fellas.
Phillips is back on his feet and back in his position. Lee Byrne.
No touch. Bring them. Yeah.
O'Gara. Up for the first time. When the ball comes out of the sky, it leads to a bit of confusion. It's gone forward off O'Gara. Wales have turned it over. David Jones. Stephen Jones. Back to Martin Williams. Phillips again. Ryan Jones.
Hands away! Good.
Matthew Rees spins well out of Gordon Darcy's tackle. Stephen Jones. Gavin Henson. Lee Byrne. They've got the ball somehow to Mark Jones, but the hesitation meant that Ireland could get across. Jones.
Roll away.
There's the ball. Welsh forwards have to get over it. Counter-rucking by Jerry Flannery. They give it to the big men in midfield. Alan Wynne-Jones. Brian O'Driscoll tries to stop him going to ground.
No hands, great. Hands away.
Slow for Wales. Gethin Jenkins. Oh, that was a sidestep.
All feet, off.
Penalty to Wales.
Just gone straight to the floor. It was a competition on its feet, and number 2 went off it.
It's a long, long way out. I just wonder whether Gavin Henson is tempted to have a go at this.
Well, you'd have to say that any opportunity is worth it at the moment. And it's certainly within his range.
This is Gavin Henson. He's not going to do it. The bad news for Wales is that in the background, Lee Byrne is going off the field.
Yeah, that was just from the hit by Luke Fitzgerald. He really got man on ball, Lee Byrne, and no opportunity to ready himself for the tackle.
He's had ankle trouble all championship, and it seems to be an ankle that's causing him problems. Replacement for Lee Byrne, Jamie Roberts. Presumably Roberts will go into the centre, Gavin Henson will go to fullback.
Oh, well, that won't go unnoticed by Ronan O'Gara. Gavin Henson at fullback. That's where he initially did it. Now he stayed and played on for a while after that.
A set piece for Wales, not as planned. Martin Williams took the ball, and Wales have a kickable penalty. Again, not releasing at the post-tackle area.
First in this quarter.
Well, Dennis Leamy should know Wayne Barnes, and he's been on the field long enough to know that Wayne Barnes is going to be sharp on that. And the defensive have been so good today, there's really no need to be giving away penalties in those situations. You've got to trust your defence.
It's not that the ball wasn't on the floor, it's just that Dennis Leamy was off his feet.
It can be difficult. You feel your hands on the ball and you're off the feet and you're in the middle. You're kind of going to think that the ref can't see it. Nearly too good a temptation to resist.
5 on the 5.
Stephen Jones, and we have points on the board at last. Wales 3, Ireland 0.
Well, the game needed points, and you'd have to say it might have come slightly against the run of play. But Ireland will now need to respond to that.
Over half an hour it took. Ronan O'Gara missed the penalty. So Ireland have had one shot. Wales have only had one shot. It's 3-0. Adam Jones eventually, I think,
No hands.
took the ball.
Feet good. Number 2.
Mike Phillips. Is it far enough
play,
for Mark
play,
Jones
play.
to get ahead of steam up? Dennis Leamy took the catch. And here come Ireland. Ooh, well taken, Brian O'Driscoll above his head. Jamie Roberts and Gethin Jenkins wrap up Ireland's captain. O'Leary, Wallace. Such a strong ball carrier, David Wallace.
Away.
O'Gara switches. O'Driscoll. Matthew Rees hangs onto an ankle. Bit wild from O'Leary. O'Connell sorts it out. No arms used by Ian Goff.
Penalty, didn't use an arm. Number 4, no arm in the tackle.
Wayne Barnes is explaining there, Ian Goff used his shoulder without using his arms. You must use your arms to try and hold the ball carrier when you're making the tackle. You can't just shoulder charge. And again, that's relieved a little bit of pressure and given Ireland a line-out in which they've been pretty comfortable on so far. That's man-on-man, yeah, total shoulder charge. No attempt to use his arms at all. And you can see Paul O'Connell imploring the referee, what's he going to do about that, ref? Yeah. Oh, the slow motion again. Shows all the emotion in that. Now, what can Ireland do from here?
How in the heat of the moment, the players still have it in them to talk to the referee. Now then, Ireland's best attacking set piece. It's overthrown. They've sorted it out well. David Wallace. O'Connell plays scrum half. Adam Jones makes the tackle.
Hands away, good, thank you.
O'Connell again waits. O'Leary pushes him gently out of the way. Good tackle.
Away.
This time Goff using his arms. Heaslip. Bit of thrust from the number 8, and suddenly Ireland over the advantage line. Brian O'Driscoll can only look on in frustration as his team are penalised.
Number 1 on his feet.
Well, Ireland are going to have to do better than that. It's all too slow, it's all too static. Heaslip then got beyond the gain line, and Ireland looked as though they might have got some momentum for that.
That's it.
But it's all too tight. They're planning to play too much rugby in too little space there.
Good clearance by Stephen Jones. Brian O'Driscoll
He's double teamed. He breaks the first tackle. But Gethin Jenkins does very, very well there to stay on his feet and get hands on the ball and force that.
The defence around the fringes, no problem for Wales. This area has caused them difficulties. The line out. Paul O'Connell has been stealing Welsh ball. And again, it makes Wales go for the risky throw, and Ireland pick it off and then cross in midfield. A penalty for Wales, and this might appeal to Gavin Henson.
Oh well, if we get to see that again, that was very, very silly by Ireland. I'm not sure who was guilty of overrunning that, but that's just a little bit of over-eagerness. Really need to just give time for the play to unfold in front of you. O'Gara's come on to that, and Luke Fitzgerald is just, or it's Tommy Bowe, I should say. Tommy Bowe's just overrun that completely. You can see the frustration. He wants to get himself into the game, but you need to use your head.
Gavin Henson has been kept in the midfield. There he is. He's looking on as Stephen Jones prepares the kick. Ferrell distance, nigh on 50 metres. Warren Gatland stoked things up before this game. Stephen Jones. It's long enough. Beautifully struck, Stephen Jones. The Welsh lead doubles.
Well, now at 3 points, I wouldn't have been too concerned, but now they need to be very, very careful. They need to score next. They don't want to let Wales get double scores in front. Not in a game that's this tight and this difficult to break. Beautifully struck by Jones. There was no snatch of that. A very languid strike, relaxed, struck it perfectly. Wales 6 points up to 0.
I think John Hayes ripped that Ireland's way. Good work by Paul O'Connell.
Both men caught the ball, both went to the floor. Team going forward.
Lost 22 there.
Well, this could be Ireland's last chance to do anything before half-time.
He's watching as well.
Are they going to do it? They're going to want to do it from a phase or two off this set piece, or if possible directly from the scrum, but they need a good steady scrum first, and that's something they haven't been able to do so far.
Okay. Same ball. I'm going to say.
Everybody has an opinion on scrummaging. Dennis Leamy appealing to the touch judge, but Wales will be happy with what they achieved at that last effort.
Touch.
Gethin Jenkins against John Hayes. That's better for Ireland. That's very steady. O'Gara. Gordon Darcy. Good tackle by Tom Shanklin. Good tackle on Brian O'Driscoll by Jamie Roberts. Donald O'Callaghan feeds Jerry Flannery. Ian Goff came in with the tackle, and again it's slowed down. Not bad for Ireland. David Wallace, the one player but they've let it go again, and Ireland unable to control this ball when they tried to go wider.
Is that half-time?
Well,
half-time.
Yeah, half-time. And a bad end to the half for Ireland. But for me, the problem there is Jerry Flannery taking the ball on his own, not securing the ball, and that's where the turnover came from the second phase, because they were on the back foot from there.
Half-time in the final game of the 2009 Six Nations. Wales lead by 6 points to 0.
Let's go back to Phil and Eddie.
Ronan O'Gara, unsettled in the first half, starts the last half of the Six Nations. Ian Goff safely takes for Wales. Wales need to win by 13 to win the championship. Ireland just need to win for the Grand Slam and the championship. Rob Kearney. Ryan Jones comes up for it, knocks it on.
Disadvantage knock on.
Advantage being played.
Just come on.
Tomas O'Leary to Ronan O'Gara. Gordon Darcy, well played Ireland. Tommy Bowe in from the right wing. Bowe goes on his own. Still there. Dennis Leamy takes it around the short side. Wales have slowed that down. But real positive intent from Ireland at the start of this second half. O'Connell comes into midfield. Adam Jones with the tackle. Jerry Flannery. O'Gara with the dink. Mark Jones. No mark made. I think Jones is claiming he made one.
Well, we said the Wales managed to slow that down, but that wasn't the right play by Dennis Leamy. He took that on the blind side on his own. All he was going to do was give the Welsh defence time to settle and line up again. Ireland need to start playing with their heads and start thinking about what they're doing. And forwards like that need to recognise when a ball is good and needs to go out quickly and just step over it, leave it there.
Paul O'Connell waits for this line-out call, claims it.
And away 7.
Martin Williams has to be careful.
That ball is out, that was not a problem.
Good drive by Ireland.
And release 3, don't stand on it, just stay there.
John Hayes wearing 3. Paul O'Connell to his right. This is David Wallace.
Arrive up, Ireland! No.
Leamy and Jerry Flannery. This is Donnacha O'Callaghan.
Hands away.
Ireland trying to go straight through the middle as Wales fanned out.
Thank you.
It's there.
Back feet, captain.
This isn't going anywhere other than the hands of the forwards. Wales have disrupted this release. Paul O'Connell. Tackle on him by Ryan Jones. Ireland that close.
Hands away, referee.
Thomas O'Leary. That is Brian O'Driscoll playing scrum half, and another little thrust and a timeout.
Time off. Romain Binder here. Can you tell me if there's a try, yes or no?
Straightforward question. Was there a try?
Well, that's very interesting because we saw no apparent celebration by anybody on the Irish side. That's Brian O'Driscoll going through. He's met by Matthew Rees from here. Yes, that's on the line now. Will Roman Poit feel that there's enough, that there's contact there? It's certainly seen from that angle, and then the ball went backwards.
Was there downward pressure before it went backwards?
That's the key.
What forced it backwards?
Don't come out the side. Yeah, of course you can.
Great body angle.
This, I think, is the best angle. Is there contact before the ball goes backwards? So is there contact there? Is that contact? That is a try.
There's a thumb on it.
Wayne, I have a decision for you.
Thank you very much.
It's a try.
I can award the try.
Roman Poit gives the try. What a start to the second half by Ireland. We were looking at the leaders for Ireland, and the leader responds, Brian O'Driscoll.
Well, it's a carbon copy of his try against England. In those tight spaces where the forwards' battering ram approach can't seem to get over, he can wriggle and squeeze under tackles and manage to get his arm up and the ball over the line. Now, can Roland O'Gara add the 2 points?
Missed his first, makes no mistake with his second attempt. O'Gara's conversion means that Ireland are in the lead. Some half-time talk by Declan Kidney, some regrouping of Ireland. They went in trailing 6-0. They now lead 7-6.
That was a much more confident start to the match than the side that went into the change room. That's the confidence they need to maintain.
David Wallace with the catch.
Take them back in. It's down the player, Stu.
Won't be really waiting for that on the Welsh team. That went backwards. It's all Ireland in the second half. Until suddenly Tom Shankling comes away with it. Knock on though by Jamie Roberts. Ireland will have the put in.
It did, trust me.
Ooh, a bit of a let off there. Paul O'Connell caught in two minds whether to give the pass. He took the tackle, then gave the pass. And didn't really go to hand, but they get an opportunity to make up for this now.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Let's go.
Safely out to O'Gara. One for Tommy Bowe to chase. It's worked well. What a start for Ireland. One try leads to another. Tommy Bowe. And the O'Gara that couldn't kick in the first half suddenly landed on a sixpence in the second.
Well, yet again, you'd really love to be a fly on the wall of the Irish changing room. What is it that Declan Kidney's been saying? Maybe that's the secret. A few Hail Marys and look to the gods, because that's a different Irish side. And maybe it is Ireland's destiny today to win this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but that is the start that a lot of Irish supporters couldn't see Ireland pulling off. O'Gara looked hesitant towards the end of the second half. He looked unconfident. He started this half with a bang. What a score.
What a difference. What a difference.
Well, you can almost see the relief being offloaded from the players as they jumped on top of Tommy Bowe. It was Brian O'Driscoll really that has turned this, put a little bit of confidence in this Irish team by forcing his way over the line, edging them into the lead against the run of play, you'd have to say. But now Ronan O'Gara and Tommy Bowe have extended that lead. Now, how can Wales respond?
Warren Gatland in the middle, huge question marks now. The job was going so well, and now it's mountainous, because Ireland lead by 2 converted tries to 2 penalties. Ireland have ripped up this game, scored 2 tries. Here's the finish by Tommy Bowe, the Osprey, chased in vain by his teammate Shane Williams.
Oh, we did the same against Scotland. Ireland didn't start that game well either. Came out in the second half and killed off the game in 15 minutes. And they've really exploded into this second half as well.
Paul O'Connell with the catch. Wales simply cannot put a hand on the ball in this second half. O'Gara. A chance for Wales to build now from deep. Mike Phillips. Gavin Henson. Stephen Jones. Hit by the 2 Irish centres. And if Ireland turn this over as they have, they could come away again. Gavin Henson goes back, Shane Williams is there, but Ireland pour forward. Gavin Henson stays calm in his own 22. One-handed, throws it long to Mark Jones. The game has suddenly opened up. Mark Jones into touch.
Oh, suddenly opened up, but it hasn't slowed down any. Now Wales need to play. This is what the neutral observer will want to have seen. Wales really chasing this game and being forced to put wits on the ball and attack from deep.
In the middle there with the grey hair and the glasses, the great Jack Kyle, the inspiration behind Ireland's 1948 Grand Slam. John Hayes waits, John Hayes gathers and breaks, and the Irish surge continues. Dennis Leamy.
That's fine. Just hold back feet, 7.
Paul O'Connell ties it in. Ireland now can build with patience. Jamie Heaslip. Wales may have turned him over. They've certainly got the penalty. So a mistake. I was just about to say that no side actually keeps possession in these little nudges and mauls and drives and pickups better than Ireland.
Well, that passage of play is a problem for Ireland, because unless somebody really breaks that gain line and gets behind the Welsh defence, they're going to give slow static ball to Ronan O'Gara, who can't really do an awful lot more with it than kick. They're taking too long to get that ball through the hands, giving Wales far too much time to line up, and that's always the danger, that one player gets isolated and it gives up the turnover.
Mind you, Philip, they couldn't keep that pace up. Look at this, how Ireland came out for this second half. Ian Goff for Wales. Oh, knock on, suddenly the little errors creeping into the Welsh game. And perhaps it was words by Paul O'Connell.
Well, that was Donogh O'Callaghan, and if I was Declan Kidney, I'll want him in the changing room now, and I'd be berating him, because that was a silly, petulant little dig. He was chastising Mike Phillips for the mistake that he'd made there. And if that lets Wales back in, well, then he's going to have to suffer watching that again tomorrow. He really has not had his head today. He has not been playing with his head, Donogh O'Callaghan. Here it is. It's tapped down by Ian Goff. It hits the ground. Mike Phillips knocks it on. Now, we don't see it there, but Donogh O'Callaghan came in and basically pushed Mike Phillips on the chest, and he said something to him, and the referee Wayne Barnes is quite right to pick that up.
Who can keep calm in these conditions? Stephen Jones can. Wales are on the board in the second half. Ireland have scored 2 tries. Wales have just landed their 3rd penalty, their first of this second half. They're back in the game. They've steadied the ship.
It's Ireland 14, Wales 9.
They're back in the game for an act of sheer stupidity from Donogh O'Callaghan.
Alan Wynne-Jones took it brilliantly and then made the grit yards. Adam Jones dives in. Ryan Jones trying to aim at O'Gara, but O'Connell came in with the tackle. Stephen Jones, Tom Shanklin. Darcy and O'Driscoll with the twin hit. Alan Wynne-Jones who began it all on this very halfway line. David Jones.
No hands!
Stephen Jones, Martin Williams, Gavin Henson. The angle run by David Jones again. Good clear-out work by the second rows of Wales. Stephen Jones, Shanklin. Good tackle on him by O'Driscoll. Backwards, play on. Back goes Jamie Roberts. Has to stay away from that touchline. Ireland force him out.
Well, Ireland needed to do that because that penalty by Stephen Jones had just shifted the momentum back towards Wales. They needed to snuff that attack out and get their hands on the ball again. This game is really starting to ebb and flow and swing. There may be 5 points in the difference, but that's nothing.
Clean line-out ball for Ireland. O'Leary towards little Shane Williams. Tommy Bowe got there ahead of him, or got there above him, and then knocked it on.
Oh, very nearly came off for Tommy Bowe. I knew he hadn't been able to hold it, though, if that had stuck.
Tommy Bowe has been in great form this whole championship.
Yes, he's taken great lines. You'd have to say that playing with a team like the Ospreys has done an awful lot for him. They like to play with width as well, and for a winger, he's going to learn an awful lot more playing with a side like that.
Crouch, touch, balls engage. You faded off, you bent off, stay on your feet. Right.
Well, Wayne Barnes, if he's going to be even-handed, he's going to have to have words with Adam Jones there and tell him to stop the patting on the head and the chastising as well, because he just penalised Donnacha O'Callaghan for it. Admittedly, I don't think that was as blatant.
Wales seem to have steadied. There's Adam Jones. He's right.
You can sense the needle, though, can't you, Eddie? You can almost sense that the Warren Gatland before the game wasn't really... He was saying something that probably reflected a lot of feeling between these two sides.
The Welsh line-out still struggling.
Same again, Stu.
Donnacha O'Callaghan this time out to make amends for the penalty given away. Gets a hand to that one.
Yeah, you're fine.
What it means is that Wales have to go for the riskier, longer throw. If the bread and butter ball isn't working, Alan Wynne-Jones, the line-out captain, wearing 5, has gone down the front.
Exactly the same with what you've done the whole game.
They do go long. And again, there's the threat of the overthrow. Loud blast from Wayne Barnes.
I know he is.
Quick word, Austin.
Well, Eddie, if you look at how Ireland got back into the game, it's basically down to Brian O'Driscoll. He started the move and he finished the move. If we have a look at this, this is Lyon's quality play. He gets the ball in the midfield, and it's the angle of his run that sucks in two defenders. He takes the outside line for the first time in the game, sucking in Shanklin. Shanklin gets sat down because he thinks Jamie Roberts isn't going to make the tackle, creating a space for Tommy Bowe to make the break. Tommy Bowe's great straight line streams through, which leads to Ireland getting back in the game, and O'Driscoll finishing off right next to the post for the try. Great play, and he's kick-started Ireland's performance towards a grand slam.
Wales penalty against Jamie Heaslip for obstruction in the air. There's Brian O'Driscoll, pinpointed by Austin. But Ireland, through indiscipline among the forwards, are letting Wales back into this.
Yes, it's that indiscipline that just makes you think that there's a lack of composure there amongst a number of these players.
Wales are right back in it. They still trail, but only by 2 points now.
Well, there's the obstruction, yeah, Jamie Heaslip. That was silly. He's just moved right across and completely blocked out Ryan Jones.
Watch Ian Goff coming in. He has to be careful too. It's all very niggly out there. Heaslip has obstructed. He's penalised. But there's a lot of off-the-ball activity out there. Ian Goff is going off. This is Ryan Jones, the captain, who's very much staying on. Big, tall Luke Charteris is coming on. There goes Ian Goff. And also Matthew Rees is going off. Substitute hooker Hugh Bennett comes on for Wales.
As soon as he's in position, we're good to go.
And number 16, Hugh Bennett. For
this is Hugh Bennett entering stage right.
Well, fresh legs at a key point in the game. Warren Gatland obviously feels that with a little bit of momentum, he wants to keep that going.
Well, it's a change of thrower and a change of jumper as well.
Yes, well taken. An effort to shore up that line out, Eddie, exactly.
Well taken again, Alan Wynne-Jones.
Take it in. Wait. Yep.
Rodkani looks up and kicks up. Gavin Henson waits. Henson chases his own kick. Thomas O'Leary feeds Jerry Flannery. Gordon Darcy tries to step his way out of trouble. Martin Williams tracks him. Ronan O'Gara back to the sizable support of Donnacha O'Callaghan, who has been consumed by the wet red shirts, and Wales will have the put in at the scrum.
Well, Ronan O'Gara's outside pass was completely cut off by that Welsh defence. That was a good play. But Donnacha O'Callaghan taking the ball so far behind the gain line and with no real momentum and on his own, the danger was he was always going to have to do that. It's a scrum to Wales and a good position for them.
Let's go then.
Now these next 10, 15 minutes are going to be critical. It could well determine the end result of this game. Whoever can manage to get momentum and get themselves and keep themselves ahead.
Wales get the scrum in, get the scrum nudge going forward. I think they want a straight scrum more than anything else. They've got something planned behind. Gavin Henson has come into midfield where he was originally selected. Tom Shanklin, there's Henson on the right-hand side of the scrum. Tom Shanklin has gone to the other side. There is room to work either side.
Touch. Ball's engaged.
Channel 1 ball. Phillips struggles to get it away.
Just back feet. Just move. Thank you. Hands away. Back feet 8. Thank you. No.
Ryan Jones runs into a wall.
Hands away now, red!
Good counter-repping by Ireland. They turned him over, earned themselves the put-in.
It's turned, team going forward, green ball.
Well, what Ireland give away, they take back.
What's stopping down?
They got a chance to make amends for that last turnover. Ryan Jones again, any player in this game on his own is going to run the risk of that. Both defences are up too quickly and in such numbers and tackling so aggressively.
Jerry Flannery receiving attention. Just looking at Marcus Horan is also having a little attention. Two tries at the start of the second half. Brian O'Driscoll, the captain, Tommy Bowe, the winger, both converted by Ronan O'Gara. Are they the tries that win Ireland the Grand Slam? Jamie Heaslip to Tomas O'Leary again, the kicking option, how well it's worked. It's Tommy Bowe again against Gavin Henson. Bowe seemed to give Henson a little shove there. He did.
Well, Tommy Bowe didn't make the most of that opportunity. The kick wasn't far enough. He had the momentum. That needed to go a little bit further, and then on making the mistake, he needed to let Gavin Henson get up when he'd won the ball. It was a beautiful little chip by O'Leary. Now, that kick needs to go a lot further, because he would have taken Henson on the outside. He was the man moving forward. Oh, that was a golden opportunity for Ireland.
The little kicking game towards Tommy Bowe is working brilliantly. Little shove there.
That was the shove.
The Welsh line-out provides ball, which is kicked straight downfield, and here is Bowe, try scorer, to Carney, fullback.
Hands away now, captain!
O'Gara puts it high. Gavin Henson misses it. Dennis Leamy scoops it up. Flannery manages to spot O'Gara's switch of direction. Here's Shane Williams. Has to be quick. David Wallace was up there, came off. An Irish hand, so nobody was offside. Paul O'Connell tries the little offload.
Passes forward.
Forward pass.
Forward pass.
Well, again, hesitation and decision-making under pressure when there's an opportunity. Just let Ireland down. Now, Paul O'Connell, the decision was right, but he's been overrun by Darcy. He really needed to stay a little bit deeper and give Paul O'Connell just a bit more time to get that pass away. Another opportunity.
Nobody laid anything on that high kick until it had bounced, and then Dennis Leamy came steaming in. Peter Stringer with the bald head. How long before we see him? Wales get ball away from the scrum. Wales' turn to kick. Shane Williams gets a boot to it. Henson in pursuit. Luke Fitzgerald had read it well. Luke Fitzgerald starts a brilliant counter-attack. Dennis Leamy to John Hayes. Brilliant passing by Ireland now. It is opening up with every passing minute. Fitzgerald off his wing. Martin Williams makes the tackle. O'Gara, O'Driscoll. John Hayes again, the big prop, getting a lot of ball in hand. Ireland have numbers. Rob Kearney can't quite get through. O'Leary, David Wallace.
Hands away now, Red!
This is where it all gets slow and static. How can Ireland go forward from here?
They can't, it's a penalty against them.
Man is on his feet, you're isolated.
Yeah, it's been the story of the afternoon, really. Once they get stopped and get static, they're taking far too long to get that ball away. It's much more important to get the ball away quickly. Might be the right decision in terms of where you play it to, but at least you're giving the attacker an opportunity to do something with it and trying to get the defence on the back foot, not giving them time to react.
There's me, Red will be on
Colin.
the right.
Yeah, I think what is fantastic to see here is that Ireland, they're not content just to win the championship. They want to win the game, they want to win the Grand Slam, and that's providing us with a very entertaining game.
They've also found a method.
Yeah, it is.
Line out ball,
It is.
and this kicking game towards the Shane Williams wing. And Tommy Bowe has got plenty of opportunities there. Another stoppage. Dennis Leamy, there he is.
Well, the territory was pretty much what it was in the first half, and the possession pretty much what it was in the first half as well. But Ireland won't be too pleased with the return of 2 points of a difference for 71% of that possession. That's the stat they need to change. Well, not the stat, it's the score they need to change. They need to really make much better use of that possession.
Play on,
The
nothing
ball
wrong.
slapped down from Luke Charteris. It's come back to Stephen Jones,
Wait,
and Wales
8-7. Yes, okay.
go high. Jamie Roberts with a follow-up tackle, drives Kearney back, Wales pile in. Kearney does well to present. O'Gara, the safety of touch, and it has been safe for Ireland.
Yeah, it's a good touch by Ronan O'Gara, just bringing it up to halfway, and more pressure on the line-out. Kearney, as always, has been solid as well to not give away a penalty there. It's clearly what Wales were playing for.
Hold 15, thank you.
Luke Charteris to Hugh Bennett, the replacement to replacement.
Just push.
Ryan Jones. And again, the single runner going into contact. And it's David Wallace who receives the congratulations.
Well, that's about 3 turnovers each. I'm just looking at a stats panel here, and it's exactly 3-all, and it's tit-for-tat rugby here at the moment in terms of turnovers. Any player going into contact on their own is going to get turned over. David Wallace doing the damage there on that occasion.
Good position there for Ireland.
You've got the line, Red, okay?
Line-out ball
Line's for you.
guaranteed. O'Connell has
on it.
been the boss of the line-out. Jerry Flannery waits patiently. The Munster operation. O'Leary gives him the signal. This time O'Connell doesn't win it. Martin Williams goes down. Perhaps they deliberated too long there.
Back feet, push back.
Phillips.
Stay on the players, please.
Bowe to Kearney.
That's it.
Kearney. Strange mistake. Phillips. Advantage being played. Hugh Bennett waits. Shanklin to Charteris.
Roll. Advantage is over.
Alan Wynne Jones.
Now no hands.
Hands pouring
Number 3 off his feet in the tackle
over the
area.
ball.
On your feet, please.
It's John Hayes who's been penalised, but I mean, it is just a cocktail of hands down there.
There was John Hayes saw the ball. It looked as though Ireland had won the turnover. And in seeing the ball moving its way back to the Welsh side, he couldn't but put his hand in.
Jordan Murphy comes on at full-back for Ireland. Rob Kearney goes off. It's hardly a defensive measure.
No, it hasn't been the happiest of afternoons for Rob Kearney, I don't think. I think what Declan Kidney's doing there is, he's just strengthening his attack a little bit. They're much keener to see a fullback coming up into the line. And that's certainly what Jordan Murphy does.
It is a Henson moment. That is the halfway line. And this is Gavin Henson. Can he do it again? He did it against England in Grand Slam year 2005. This is even longer.
No, we're really moving into a period in the game where it's hanging on balance, where whichever side keeps his head in these last 13 minutes or so is more than likely going to win the game. This is the time when brains start to scramble, players start to do things they otherwise wouldn't have done.
Short. Jordan Murphy's first touch. Ireland still lead. Peter Stringer stands up on the replacements bench and starts to limber up.
Well, it was worth a shot. Any lead at this stage of the game is going to be a valuable one.
Again, Ireland pick off a Welsh throw.
Hands away, no hands. Thank you.
Henson waits, takes it safely, stays on his feet, wriggles out of the tackle, goes down, has to be careful about presenting it.
Stolen ball.
Stolen ball by Ireland. So the kick worked in the end, and again they look for Tommy Bowe's wing. And that was very cleverly done, because O'Gara looked up to see who was defending, and it was Alan Wynne-Jones, the second row, against Tommy Bowe there.
Well, that's clearly something that Ronan O'Gara has drummed into his mind before the game. This is a turnover. It's Brian O'Driscoll. He went to ground, but he got up again and he made that turnover. And yet again, a Welsh player, or an Irish player for that matter, exposed and one-on-one in a tackle situation is being turned over.
The Welsh line-out misfires yet again. Is that 9? Is that 9? Are we up to 9 on lost throws? Peter Stringer has come on at scrum half. Tomas O'Leary has got off. Brian O'Driscoll is taking his position. He's all right.
Keep your gap, keep your gap.
Yes, it's a hell of a stat. The kicking game more employed by Ireland, given Wales 15 lineouts, but Ireland been able to steal 6 of those.
Back you go, back, back, back! Yeah, go on.
Rory Best, another replacement. Another little forward pass. 10 minutes left. Showdown day in Cardiff.
10 minutes, but 10 long, excruciating minutes. You've got to bet that there's going to be another score in this game, and that Ireland cannot defend a 2-point lead. There's the errors, count 11-all. Shows you how finely balanced this match has been, and how strong the defences have been. That's a very high error count.
10 minutes to go, Woody. How are the nerves?
Very frayed at the moment, to be honest, Eddie. Ireland just need to stop kicking the ball. I know it's worked for them for a couple of kicks, but to do it at every option is not such a great option. A little bit of composure.
Ryan Jones comes away. Wales finding the breakdown area difficult, finding the line out difficult. Now, Jordan Murphy. Stop kicking, says Keith Wood, but really Murphy had no choice there. Gavin Henson takes it. Puts right boot to it, and it bounces beyond Luke Fitzgerald. Beats Ryan Jones. Can't beat the second wave. Does present though for O'Gara. Now then, this is what O'Gara will do. Keep Wales pinned down there. Gavin Henson. O'Gara to Peter Stringer. And Jordan Murphy just drops the ball for no reason at all.
Well, we'll look at that and see whether that went forward or not. It certainly went backwards. It came off the deck and then bounced forward. but he's taken his eye off that. All three of them, O'Gara, Stringer and Murphy, were all far too flat. Look how flat they are. Jordan Murphy needs to step back a couple of yards, at least give an option for the pass. He was standing in no man's land there.
A little pause in play. It is getting very edgy down now. You still watching, Austin?
I am. I'm still alive, Eddie. It's getting quite exciting now, isn't it? And I think Wales have really picked up the intensity. They're trying more dangerous moves. If we have a look at this, this is a pre-played move. This will be designed on the training paddock. They take O'Leary down in the tackle by going up the short side. They know, therefore they know he's on the floor. What Ireland don't do is rearrange their back row to cover the space that he would be covering. Henson sees it. He puts in a little chip, a good, well-placed chip, exploiting the space here. And had the bounce of the ball fallen into Shane Williams' hands, then there's usually only one outcome. Wales, with that little bit of adventure, may yet still win this game.
Good scrummage for Wales. Good advance. Here he is, the captain who saved the game against England. And now is he winning this one for Ireland against Wales?
Well, it's been a typical leadership display, leading from the front by O'Driscoll.
Phillips to Stephen Jones. Shane Williams beautifully angled his run. Oh, and then he slips just when it was opening up for the little maestro. But a beautifully angled run off the ball, and then when he got it, off he went, beating men until his feet went. This is the problem area for Wales, scraping the ball back. They have it. Stephen Jones, Ryan Jones. Gethin Jenkins arrives. The switch of play, Stephen Jones. Wales have numbers. They need David Jones to get the ball away. He does now. Mark Jones! Mark Jones! Peter Stringer makes what a tackle by the little scrum half. Still Wales. Ireland have slowed it up. Alan Wynne-Jones. Mike Phillips directs operation, but Ireland come away with the ball, and there's nobody at home for Wales. Luckily for them, that went out on the full. Oh, drama yet in this game.
Well, I know you know what it feels like when that happens. Desperation, it's last tackle, fingernail stuff by Ireland, just pulling down the defender, but yet again they come up with a turnover at the crucial time, and they force Wales back out of the 22, and it's a Welsh line out some 15 yards outside Ireland's 22.
Luke Charteris scrambles it back. Mike Phillips, what an important tackle that was by Paul O'Connell. Phillips, though, the strength of power on through it. Hugh Bennett, Stephen Jones, Mark Jones takes the contact. Wales building up the head of steam. Surely they can't win this game by 13 points, but it is still there to be won. Stephen Jones drop goal. It's there. Wales take the lead. 15 points to 14. Oh, what a climax to this game. What a climax to the Six Nations. Is it going to be an anti-climax for Ireland? They'll win the title, but won't get the Grand Slam if it stays like this.
It's certainly looking like that, and you have to say Wales have clawed and fought their way back into this. They deserve to have taken this lead, but it's those little mistakes that Ireland have been making, that little knock-on by Jordan Murphy, which gave Wales all of that territory. Now you can see Gordon Darcy just imploring a bit of calmness, but also they need to up the tempo. They really need to create a scoring situation, anything, a penalty, a drop goal, but they've got to keep their heads and show control and tempo. That's not an easy thing to do always.
Here goes Mike Phillips. It seemed Paul O'Connell had done enough to slow him down, but there's the strength. He's a huge man, Mike Phillips, as tall as Willie John McBride, the old giant in the Irish pack. Jack Kyle, is his record going to stand? The one and only Irish Grand Slam. 1948, Ireland trail by a point. Alan Wynne-Jones waits, he'll be the receiver. Ryan Jones, the captain. Luke Charteris takes the catch. Stephen Jones, will he keep it infield? He does. No, he doesn't. Ireland will have the line out. It went back in to the Welsh 22. Ireland will have the advantage of the throw, not upfield, but there. That's a mistake by Wales.
It's on little moments like that this game is going to be won or lost, and there's been plenty of them. We've seen the error count. It's been a game of enterprise. It's been a high-octane game, but it's also been a game of errors.
Rory Best throws. Paul O'Connell wins. He lost one. He certainly wasn't going to lose that one. Best waits. Ireland have to keep an eye on the clock. 3.5 minutes left.
Okay, that's once. Hands away.
Wales managed to drag them all down in the end. Coming up to just 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes 15 seconds. Ireland eating up the seconds here through the forwards. Not eating up much ground though. Peter Stringer wants the players back on their feet. Marcus Horan does, and now stands over the ball, picks it up and feeds David Wallace.
And away!
Stringer, O'Gara back in the pocket for his drop goal attempt. Here he goes, O'Gara. He's done it! That surely is the Grand Slam. Ronan O'Gara, shaky first half, has kicked Ireland to the Grand Slam, surely, with that drop goal.
Oh, never say never, but he may well just have done enough. He's had a shaky game. He's looked hesitant at times. He's been under the cosh because Wales have really been piling players down his channel, but when he needed to, he stood up. Now, for me, though, that is the man. That's the RBS Six Nations Man of the Match. Brian O'Driscoll, again, has been immense, and who knows, he may well just have put two hands on the captain's jersey for this Lions tour, as well as, from his perspective, hopefully lifting the Grand Slam trophy. Now, can Ireland see the last couple of minutes out?
Wales will be wanting a penalty. It's their last hope.
Back feet, just push.
Ireland in possession. Will they keep the ball on the field?
Outside. Wait for! Yes.
Gavin Henson. Wales have to keep this ball alive. Henson brought down.
And no hands! Hands away, Green!
Phillips. Stephen Jones. Shane Williams. David Wallace. That's an important tackle by the wing forward. On the wing. Stephen Jones. Jamie Roberts. Time running out for Wales now. Henson. Mark Jones outside him.
They'll go in there for.
Phillips. Alan Wynne-Jones. Short ball to Luke Charteris. Ireland stopped the tallest man on the field in his tracks. Stephen Jones floats one to Jamie Roberts. And again, it's David Wallace.
No hands now.
Has to get his hands out of there, Wallace. He does. Alan Wynne-Jones. Last minute of play. Wales are in kicking range. Penalty to Wales. It is going to be drama to the last. It's a penalty to Wales. Jack Kyle. Does he need all this at his venerable age? Ryan Jones gives the ball to Stephen Jones. Here it is, Philip.
Well, on his feet at the moment, but coming in from an offside position was Paddy Wallace, and there's been nerve-jangling stuff for 80 minutes, and still the drama doesn't let up. This has to be the last play of the game.
If your nerves are bad, Philip, think what Stephen Jones's are. He's scored all of Wales's points. Is it long enough? Is it long enough? It's not! Ireland are going to win this game. They are going to win the Six Nations title. And above all, they are going to win the Grand Slam, the first in 61 years. With it comes the Triple Crown. With it comes just about everything you can say congratulatory about Irish rugby. Quite outstanding. And Jack Kyle witnesses a second Irish Grand Slam. He played in the first in 48, and he watches Brian O'Driscoll's team win another in 2009.
Well, you'd have to say it was drama from start to finish to the very last seconds, and Ireland were made to work. They worked harder than they ever thought they were going to have to work, I'm sure, but that side, for the last 10 or so years that they've been together, deserves a Grand Slam, and I don't think anybody would begrudge them their moment of glory. The first time in 61 years, Ireland really deserved that. It's been a privilege to be here to witness that.
And you thought Lewis Hamilton was exciting last year. How about that? Just untouchable sporting drama. And here's the moment of truth for Ronan O'Gara. Opportunity knocks. And Keith?
Just for a guy like Ronan, who hasn't had a couple of good days, you know, and today he started nervously, he got bullied all the time. He's been such a fantastic servant for Irish rugby to deliver on the last moment. It's magic. It's tears in the eye stuff, I'm afraid, and it is unbelievably fantastic.
I mean, extraordinary pictures of Stephen Jones when that ball fell agonisingly close, but that's why we love sport, isn't it? For moments like that.
That's what Ronan O'Gara is there to do. He's there to win the match for the forwards, stepped up, knocked it over. That's what he's there to do.
And these are just great pictures. It's almost superfluous for us to talk over them, for players like O'Connell and O'Gara, and for Brian O'Driscoll, whose contribution was immense again.
This season again under huge pressure, and he delivered in every game. And when the pressure, and look at that face, Paddy Wallace, the luckiest man.
We must hear from Brian O'Driscoll.
Well, there's just been a fist salute in the air, Brian O'Driscoll. Grand Slam champions at last. How does that sound?
Sounds wonderful, you know. The amount of things going through the head during the week, permutations, combinations, what could be, what might be, what is, you know. It feels so good, you know. Like, for it to go down to that at the end, honestly, would have broken my heart. But I don't know, I'm so proud of the boys today, and you know, through the Six Nations, took a lot of flack over the last 18 months, and to come back and be Grand Slam champions first in 61 years. I'm just so delighted. A
dramatic drop goal from Ronan O'Gara. He's had some turbulent times in his career. How proud for that man?
The boy's a wonder, you know. He's his strength of character, I don't know too many. Some of the words that he said today were just phenomenal. And he's just, you know, you want to win with them, you want to play well with them, and that's why he's 2 European Cup winners' medals and now a Grand Slam medal. It's
a worn old cliche, but what on earth did Declan Kidney say to you at half-time? Because you came out a team possessed, scored 2 quick tries, and it really was the turning point.
I said we're still completely in it. We just hadn't converted any of our pressure into points, and we did that. We came out firing and got 2 quick tries, and then we stopped playing a bit, but we couldn't have asked for a more dramatic end than that. The drop goal, and then for Steve to miss a penalty by a yard. I don't know, it was just a phenomenal feeling.
You've had quite some hand in this championship yourself, Brian. Today, this is much deserved. I suppose it'll get drunk long and hard into the night. You are the RBS man of the match, and many, many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Keith, just tell us about Brian O'Driscoll's contribution to Irish rugby.
It's almost too much. He changed the course of it 10 years ago when he joined the squad. Suddenly there was a level of possibility. In his period as captain, he had 3 Triple Crowns, and people dismissed that often. But at a time when we hadn't won anything since 1985, it was something to latch onto. And you always wanted to see that there was the possibility to go for something that extra bit special, the Grand Slam. To do it when he'd been out of form, to come back into form, to deliver, to score in 4 of the 5 matches, to give leadership and a captain's role. If ever a man deserved it, Brian O'Driscoll has.
Brian O'Driscoll is leading try scorer, joint leading try scorer in this year's Six Nations alongside Ricky Flutie. Pictures there of Jackie Kyle, one of 2 members of the 1948 Irish Grand Slam team who are here at the Millennium Stadium today. Jonathan?
I think Brian O'Driscoll's been a standout player of the Six Nations. It's not, we all know what he can do with ball in hand. He scores tries, his record speaks for itself. It's what he does when he hasn't got the ball in his hands. The amount of turnovers, the tackles he puts in, he's just been incredible in this tournament. He's lifted them when they've been dead on their feet. And again, as we mentioned before that, then Ireland could have won this by more points. When they went after the 2 tries, if they'd have kept on going and kept the tempo in, we felt that the game was there to be won, take away from Wales. But it had to come down to the wire, and should Gavin Henson have kicked the goal? Stephen Jones kicked it in the first half. He thought he could kick it, but...
Well, a pretty high-ranking presentation party, as you can see, for the Triple Crown and also for the Championship and for the Grand Slam. And actually, we're not going to have much longer here on BBC One, but we will be on Interactive with our forum for half an hour immediately after this. So any points you want to make, not just about today, but about the Championship as a whole, and maybe about the Lions in the summer, Rugby Union at bbc.co.uk. And we also don't want to leave BBC One without saying Stephen Jones had a tremendous game orchestrating the Welsh team, and fitting that he had the chance to win the match for Wales, and he must be heartbroken that it fell short.
He is, but the most relieved man is Paddy Wallace. To give that penalty away near the halfway line was a silly piece of play, and he is the happiest man, I think, in the Irish camp this evening. Paddy Wallace.
There was a little image of him there with the hint of chagrin on his face. He was only just on the field.
He wasn't going home. Going home if he'd have kicked that.
I don't know if we had a camera on him actually when that kick was taken by Stephen Jones. I wonder if he watched it, or if he was just looking at Rose Z in the top tier. But it's great on occasions like this when there is so much to celebrate at the end of the Six Nations Championship that 9/10 or so of the 74,000 who've been here have stayed behind to see the presentation and to see a little bit of rugby history created by that man Declan Kidney. The first presentation we're going to see very shortly is going to be, I assume, for the Crown Trophy, which David Pickering is going to present, and also fitting that Mary McAleese, the President of Ireland, will be here to present the Grand Slam Trophy. Paul O'Connell, first man up. Who's to say whether he will be captain of the British Lions in the summer, but there's the Triple Crown Trophy. Ireland won a few of those over the years, but the one they've been wanting since 1948 is the Grand Slam Trophy, and it's theirs today by the narrowest of narrow margins. And all these guys have carved their little places in Irish sporting folklore today.
Lovely touch there that Paul O'Connell is the man who gets presented with the Triple Crown. If ever there was a team that had 2 leaders, 2 captains, almost joint chiefs and staff, John Hayes, 94th cap today, absolutely fantastic.
Another great player, Tommy Bowe. I think he's right wing for the Lions. His performance, he's big, strong, carries boys, good finisher.
Fitzgerald wasn't bad on the other wing today.
No, but when it comes, Tommy Bowe is just a phenomenal player, I think.
Well, one by one they come up, and there's Ronan O'Gara getting his medal, wearing the red shirt that he swapped with Stephen Jones.
I think he's got another one. I think he's got one under his jersey, look, number 10. He won't be swapping his Grand Slam number 10, let me tell you.
I wonder what maybe he wants Stephen Jones's jersey, because Stephen Jones missed the penalty. I don't know.
Stephen Jones gave it to him, yeah, you can have
it. Well, very shortly the President of Ireland will present a trophy that Irish sport has been waiting for 6 decades. And Keith, you came so close on so many occasions to winning every match in the Six Nations Championship, and it wasn't to be. What is your heart telling you at the moment?
Well, my heart is it's overflowing at the moment. I'm talking to Hugo McNeil and Tommy Kieran and a lot of other guys earlier on this morning who hadn't ever won a Grand Slam, and we're all kind of living vicariously through these guys. You know, we get the pleasure, we get the blush to the cheeks for this win.
And so here he comes, the man of the moment, the man of so many moments over the last decade for Irish rugby. And this is the moment for Irish rugby in 6 decades. Brian O'Driscoll, the outstanding player of this year's RBS Six Nations Championship, the leading try scorer in the championship, and now the holder of the RBS Six Nations Trophy. And Ireland have won the championship, they've won the Triple Crown, they've won the Grand Slam. There is nothing else left for them to win in this year's championship. And those are pictures that will live with every Irishman and woman and child in this stadium now forevermore. From Donegal to Wexford and Ballymena to Galway and all points in between, this is a moment that the whole of Ireland celebrates. Keith, final thoughts?
It's just a great day. It's a day to be unbelievably proud. It's a day to, you know, that a team lives to its potential and delivers on the big day. And the big guns that we have in Ireland all delivered.
Final thoughts on the championship?
A great championship. I can't believe that, you know, Ireland, with the calibre of players they've had over the last 60 years, haven't won the championship and the Grand Slam. But this is fitting, you know, for a very good side. And the best team won it. It's a great performance by them today. You know, the best team won today and coming to Cardiff to clinch it. You know, the pictures say it all, really.
Brian O'Driscoll's face is just the picture to end all pictures today, isn't it? So here's confirmation of the final table at the end of this year's championship. Ireland Grand Slam winners, obviously, and because of the results today and the points that France have scored, it means actually that Wales finished in 4th place, which I think costs them getting on for £500,000 in prize money, which I don't suppose the Welsh Rugby Union will be too pleased about. Just 1 victory for Scotland, and Italy getting the wooden spoon.